Wendy knows what's going on. Wendy talks to a lot of people, and Wendy has like sneakily broken news before it actually gets officially broken many times, all the time.
Yeah.
So if Windhorst is saying on his podcast, he's like Tumbleweeds Ghost Town on one of the big trade names, not just this season, but one of the biggest trade names in the NBA for the last 2 years. He's hearing nothing. I think that that's something Bulls fans have to listen to and accept as a reality.
Well, and also, like you said, being a LeBron guy, which means that also he's going to be down with Rich Paul, who also happens to be Zach LaVine's agent. So, yeah.
Dominoes, y'all.
Do you think he wants to deliver bad news like that, and he's that connected within that circle? I don't think that's the case. So, yes, Matt's correct. Absolutely. If he's saying these things, you got to put some stock in that. And, again, it's early. It hasn't even started yet. Nobody's had any major serious injuries, thankfully, knock on this right here. But there's still possibilities, like Will is saying. There's still a possibility that these things could happen. They're just slim. There are very slim possibilities that they can go down, and strictly because of the money, not because of the player. They're hoping that the play can overcome the money. In this instance, that has happened before in the NBA many, many times. The difference in what makes Zach so unique in this is because he has nothing behind that money. There's no MVP behind it. There's no 6-time All-Star behind it. There's no All-NBA behind it. There's no most improved player behind it. Like, there's none of those things behind it. And that's what makes it a little bit different in this instance for a guy like Zach. So, and no playoff wins or anything like that behind it. But, yeah, there's still a possibility. Teams could still go ahead and pull the trigger on something like this. But like the GOAT is over here saying, man, slim pickings.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be tough. And, like, maybe it happens this trade deadline. Maybe it happens this summer. But, like, it's not like these rules are going anywhere either. Like, I just think that with 3 years left on his deal and with the amount being what it is, it's just going to be hard to move him, period. Like, for the rest of this contract, I think it's going to be very hard to do that. I also wonder if we are, like, forgetting why they even wanted to trade him in the first place. Like, I think part of the whole reason why some of these trade rumors came up last October, last offseason, was because they knew, the front office knew, that the only way to bring back DeMar DeRozan was to first move Zach LaVine's money, because they had basically stacked their books in such a way that there wasn't space to keep DeMar. And that ended up happening. DeMar's now gone. And so I wonder now if it's just like, are we going to have to like pay to get rid of this guy? He's playing too well. Like, that doesn't make sense to do that. He's bought in. His attitude has been fantastic. His approach has been great. He's helping the younger players. He's been like great to be around. Like, is it even worth it to try to push him out the door? And I don't know what the answer to that. I mean, I think they need to like move on still and just and have a new direction and like commit to something. But I also wonder if now that they have the room to be able to keep him and that he's bought in and playing well and has a good attitude and really is like, I mean, I just said playing well. He's playing like some of the best basketball we've ever seen from him. Very true. Like, does it make sense to get a second-round pick or just salary dump him when he is contributing? I don't know. I mean, probably, but like, I do think that at a certain point you have to like, I mean, it's like when you are in like a feud with somebody and you like, it's been so many years that you're like mad at them. You don't even remember why you were mad in the first place. Yeah. And
I mean, I know why I hate you, GOAT. But
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I don't know. I just think they need to like reevaluate their position with that. And maybe they come to the same conclusion, and I think that's probably the right one. But if the equation is like pay to get off of Zach or get a second round pick and like equal bad salary, like what is the point of that?
But for me, it's the question is, how do you want to lose? Do you want to lose, continue to be mediocre, or do you want to lose towards the bottom of the standings trying to get your draft pick?
It is such a Bulls fan question to ask.
How do you want to lose,
my
man?
God.
That's the question for me.
But
how
like,
do you want to do it? Because keeping Zach, yes, he's great. He's doing all these things for the young guys. You're still a losing team.
We all silly like the mayor.